What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we have the Mantis X10 Elite dry fire system to take a look at. Actually, this week is all going to be dedicated to Mantis products. To be honest, I had a very low expectation for this product. I thought all of this Mantis stuff was very gimmicky, and I was absolutely wrong. It's much higher quality and a lot more useful than I was assuming before I gave it a try. So today we have the X10 Elite. A couple days, but I'm going to release a video on the Blackbeard AR-15 system, and then finally the Laser Academy. That is the plan for the week. As far as the X10 Elite here, this little device, we're going to talk about the features, the live fire testing, the dry fire testing, pros, cons, what I think of it overall. That is the plan for the video. Before we get into it, I want to quickly let you know I started a second YouTube channel. YouTube and Instagram have been killing a lot of gun-related content, so just to be proactive, started a second channel. It's all dedicated to YouTube Shorts, 15 to 60-second videos. If you want to check it out, if you're interested, links down below. If not, no big deal. So the way this device works, it slides onto the rail of a pistol or the rail of a long gun, or you can use the adapter. It's a barrel adapter to hook it up to pretty much any long gun. And what it does, it tracks the movement, regardless if it's live fire or dry fire. It tracks the movement in what you're doing. So for example, if you punch out and you go to shoot and you have some sort of bad habits, you dip low, pull up, left, right, whatever, it tracks that movement and it gives you suggestions, tells you what you're doing and gives you suggestions on how to improve your technique. Again, it also works live fire, which is great. And then now this particular one also incorporates drawing from the holster and reloads. And you'll see when we get to the app here in just a second, there is an overwhelming amount of options inside the app. So installing the device is very simple. You just slide it onto the accessory rail on your pistol or the 1913 rail on your rifle. Again, if your long gun does not have an accessory rail, they do give you a barrel adapter that goes around the barrel so you can use it on a long gun. Besides the adapters, it also gives you a nice little carrying case, USB cord, manual, sticker, all of the normal stuff. Mantis does sell several different versions of their dry fire trainer. This is their Cadillac edition as of right now anyway. This is the one that allows you to do live fire and dry fire, and for me that just makes sense to be able to see what I'm doing with both live and dry fire. Anyway, once you have the device installed, there's a power button on the bottom. You just push that, light's gonna blink. Head over to your device, open up the app, and hit the connect button. Takes a second or two to connect. Boom, we are ready to go. Again, in the app, there is an overwhelming amount of stuff in this app. You know, there's drawer analysis, recoil, speed, daily challenges that change every day. The daily challenges are great. Training drills and single hand, support hand. As you guys see here, there's just so much. What I suggest you do is start with settings first, just to make sure you have the app set up correctly to your gun. So yes, I'm right-handed. Yes, I'm going to do dry fire. I slid the device on forward, not backwards. It's mounted at the bottom. Simple as that, and it's on a pistol. So that's that. Going back to train, and we're going to go into open training here. This is the easiest thing to do. Calibrate, put the gun down. So it calibrate this the gun, the device, make sure it's good to go. All right, let me see if I can not mess this up here. I hit the start button, press out, and do a nice smooth trigger press. 95, I'll take that all day. 92. 90, oh, that was a bad one. 95, we'll do a couple more here. 89, woo! I blame the SIG. 90 and 92. Alright, so that, I'm gonna hit stop. That was not my best I've ever done this dry fire. That was pretty bad. But if you see those red rings around the number, if you press any of them, it tells you what you did wrong and what you can do to fix it. So this particular one said I slapped the trigger a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. The one over here to the left said I didn't have enough of my finger on the trigger and I pushed the gun a little bit left. I don't know if 92 is a good score, but it looks pretty good to me. And then if you scroll left to right here, it shows you exactly what you did as far as movements, up, down, left, right. And scrolling back the other way, it shows you the score and how much time you took in between. Super basic, and it gets a lot more advanced from there. Alright, so the first time I used this device, I used it live fire instead of dry fire, and I don't recommend that. But this is what I did, as you see on the screen. Took a couple shots. This is my score. 70s, 80s, 90s, kind of all over the place, but this is just that open training, taking some shots, and seeing how I did. Second test was a holster drawer analysis, same idea. Put that SIG X5 Legion in the holster and waited for it to say go. The second it said go, I drew. There you go, drew. And it tells you a ton of information from how long it took you to get the grip, to pull the gun out, to get it horizontal, to the target, the shot. So not only does it tell you the total time, but it tells you each individual breakdown and where you're taking the longest. And it's just, there's so much detail and information in here. And I did a bunch of these just because I found it fascinating. And the other cool part is at the end, after all of the shooting, it shows you, it tracks the movement. So it shows you taking it out of the holster to the right, overswing to the left, and then get on target. And it shows you every single holster drawer, and to see if you're online, if you're off. And what I'm trying to say is it tracks it to see if there's any wasted movements. Third drill I did was a recoil meter, and again I apologize, I forgot to hit record on my phone, so you're not going to see the numbers in real time, but I will roll in the after you're done completed a drill, you can go back and look and see what the numbers are. But I did a recoil test to see how I manage recoil, and if you look at the on the right here, these are the numbers. 0.37 second was the average time, and how much muzzle rise and recoil width, and it tracks as much as possible, and also shows you the movement of the gun, which is just there's a lot of information in here for sure. The fifth drill I did was some reload drills. Now you can set it up to have the gun in battery, out of battery, tactical reload, speed reload, all sorts of stuff. Again, I apologize I didn't hit record on my screen here to show you live as I go, but I will show you my scores and what it looks like after now that I'm completed with it. And the shooting wasn't great. I definitely, out of the 5 shots, had much lower scores. I think I was rushing it on the reloads here, but again, that's not the point. You can make fun of my shooting, but the time and how long it takes you to do a 1, reload 1, and then all of the movements that the gun is sensing as you're doing the reloads, it just gives you a ton of information to improve your shooting ability in just all aspects of shooting. Next time I went to the range, we tried to do some dry fire drills, and as you see here, just punching out, doing dry fire. Obviously this doesn't need to be done at the range, it can be done at your house. That's just where I test stuff. And 90, 94, 97, 98, had some decent shots there. I have been able to get it up to a 99, but I haven't been able to quite get it up to 100. Once again, when you look at the data, there's so much data in here. If you're a data geek like me, you're gonna love this, because it shows you every single little bit of the how the gun is moving before the shot, during the shot, after the shot. Like, you can really geek out on all this data and perfect your shooting ability. And that's why I think this is great for not only new shooters, but even advanced shooters who want to improve. There's plenty in here for you to get better. So the next thing I wanted to do, I said, what if I have some bad habits? What if I have a bad flinch from healing and bringing the gun up or whatever? I wanted to see how it would track someone who has some bad habits and they want to work and improve. So I, on purpose, flinched the gun down and moved the gun up. And as you see here, let's see what the first score is. 35, because I slapped that trigger down. Same thing, 49, slapped it down. 2 little trigger finger, pushed it to the left. 34, because I healed up on that one. So I wanted to see if it was going to be accurate, because I didn't like some of the scores it gave me when I was live firing. I'm like, let's test this thing. And it's right on. Every single thing I was doing on purpose, it diagnosed it correct. The last drill we're going to talk about is the daily challenge. This particular day was kneeling behind concealment. And I know a barrel's not true. Well, I guess it is concealment and not cover, but this is what I had to work with at the range, so this is what I did. And again, these daily challenges are great, and they change every single day. So get behind a barrel, it tells you shooter ready, and boom, go. And that's when you're supposed to break that shot. Rack the slide, get ready. It knows when you rack the slide to get ready, and it tells you when to do the next shot, and I did this 10 times from behind cover to see what my score was, and they were decent, I guess. I don't know. I think 90s is pretty good. It's good for me. A 90.2 was my average, and that's better than 40% of the shooters. So I don't know, maybe I got some work to do. Now, besides the live fire and the dry fire testing that you have seen that I did at the range, I also use this device pretty much every single day for the past 4 weeks. I'd come downstairs in the morning, make myself a coffee, let the dogs out, come in here, turn it on, and I would do a little bit of dry firing. You know, my goal, I was dead set at getting 100 and showing you guys that I scored 100. The highest I could get was 99. I will continue to practice, and maybe I can nail a score of 100. But I wasn't able to. And even though I use this every single day, some days it was just like a minute, some days it was several minutes, depending how much time I had. I definitely didn't get bored with it because there is so much in that app. I only scratched the surface. There's a lot in there. So let's talk about the pros, cons, and overall. I think it's very, very high quality. I think it's very, very accurate. One of the things I doubt is how accurate it could track those movements. And we tested it, drawing from a holster. We were doing this type of stuff, and when I did the flinches and the pulling up, it accurately figures out what you're doing and gives you some decent tips on how to get better. There's a ton inside the app. I know I've said it 15 times, but the app, a ton of information in there. I've only begun to scratch the surface. I love that this device works live fire and dry fire. I think if you're going to get one, having one that works both live and dry is well worth the money. The daily challenges are great. Holster, reloads, all the stuff in there again is absolutely wonderful. I don't have any cons of the device. I think it works as well as Mantis says it does. Just so you know, it's not cheap. It comes around $250. I do think it's worth the money because the device works so well and the app is so in depth. I think it's worth the money if you're willing and able to spend it. What I will do is I will put several affiliate links down in the video description if you want to pick one up. Hopefully I can find you a good deal. Use those links, hook me up. Again, in the beginning, I said I think it's the best overall dry fire training system / live fire training system. I still think it's good to go out and take courses from a competent instructor at least once a year. But in the meantime, in between, this can definitely diagnose what you're doing wrong and help you get on the right path. So I absolutely think it's worth it. I do need to thank Mantis. They did send all 3 of these kits out for me for free to review. I will never let that affect a review. I still tell you guys the pros, cons, and what I think of them overall as honest as possible. But I like to be honest with you guys and thank Mantis. Now, everything I'm about to say, the links to all of them are down in the video description. Okay, so again, the affiliate links to Mantis is down there. These are the companies who support me with affiliate links / coupon codes, discount codes, whatever. Links down below. My Patreon supporters are wonderful. They supply a lot of the ammo to this channel, and I burn down a ton of ammo, so I need that support as much as I can. There's Tiberious swag. If you want to look extra goofy in a t-shirt or hoodie, you can do it. Go for it. Again, I started that second YouTube channel dedicated to YouTube Shorts. Once again, the link is down in the video description. Now, as far as social media, if you want to know what reviews I'm working on right now in real time before those reviews come out, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Link is down below. More important than any of that, thank you guys for watching. It is truly, truly appreciated. Every time you guys like, comment, subscribe, enable the bell notification, share a video. Anytime you guys do any of that stuff, I truly, truly appreciate it, and it definitely helps this channel out. See you guys next time. Peace.